The lawsuit was for $412,000. It arrived on a Tuesday in a manila envelope, hand-delivered by a man in a cheap suit who asked me to confirm my name before he handed it over. I signed for it standing in my doorway, in pajama pants, holding a coffee mug that said, "World's okayest brother." I remember that detail because I kept staring at the mug while I read the first page. It was easier than looking at the name of the plaintiff. Her name was Rachel. She had been my best friend for 19 years. We met in 7th grade when she moved into the house across the street. Her family was going through something her parents never really explained, and she ate dinner at my house 4 nights a week for almost 2 years. My mom set a place for her without asking. When Rachel's dad finally left for good, my mom drove her to her first day of high school so she wouldn't have to go alone. That's the kind of friendship we had. That's what 19 years looked like. We went to the same college. We were in each other's weddings. When my wife, Elena, miscarried in 2019, Rachel drove 6 hours through a snowstorm to sit on our couch and not say anything for 3 days. She just made coffee and answered the door when people brought food. When her mother died of pancreatic cancer in 2021, I gave the eulogy. I wrote it on a yellow legal pad at her kitchen table while she slept on the couch next to me. So when I read that she was suing me for $412,000, the first thing I felt wasn't anger. It was confusion. Real, genuine confusion. I thought there had been a mistake. I called her 3 times that afternoon. She didn't answer. I texted her, "Rachel, what is this?" She didn't respond. The lawsuit said I had breached a verbal contract. It said that in 2020, I had agreed to go into business with her, a boutique event planning company she had been building for years, and that I had pulled out at the last minute, causing her to lose investors, lose a lease on a commercial space, and lose approximately $400,000 in projected revenue. It said I had made these promises in writing and verbally on multiple occasions. It listed dates. It listed witnesses. Because this is the part that confused me for weeks. Rachel had been building an event planning company. That part was real. She'd been working on it for 3 years, doing weddings on weekends while keeping her corporate job. She was good at it. Really good. And yes, she had talked to me about it. Many times. Over wine, at her kitchen table, on long drives. She wanted to quit her job and go full-time. She wanted a partner. But I had never agreed to be that partner. I had told her, clearly and repeatedly, that I couldn't. I had a mortgage. Eleanor and I were trying for a baby again. I worked in pharmaceutical sales and I made good money, and I wasn't going to quit my job to risk everything on a startup. I told her I would help her. I would do her books on the side. I would introduce her to people. I would be her biggest cheerleader. But I wasn't going to be her business partner. I said this to her face in July of 2020 at a barbecue at my house. I remember because Eleanor was there. My brother was there. Rachel said she understood. Apparently, she didn't. When I finally got her on the phone, 11 days after the lawsuit was served, she was cold in a way I had never heard her be. She said her lawyer had told her not to speak to me. She said if I had anything to say, I could say it to him. I asked her what was happening. I asked her if she was okay. I asked her if this was about money, because if it was, we could talk. She said, "This isn't about money. This is about what you owe me." And she hung up. I hired a lawyer the next day. His name was David, and he was the older brother of a guy I played pickup basketball with. He read through the lawsuit in his office while I sat across from him, and when he finished, he took off his reading glasses and said, "This is going to be expensive, but you're going to win." I asked him how he could be so sure. He said, "Because none of this is real, and she can't prove any of it, but she's going to make you prove it isn't. That's the point." That was the part I hadn't understood yet. The lawsuit wasn't designed to win. It was designed to hurt. Were the worst of my life. David warned me early that Rachel's lawyer was going to try to bury us in discovery requests. He was right. They demanded every email I had sent in the last 4 years. Every text message, every bank statement, every voicemail. They demanded depositions from Elena, from my brother, from my boss, from two friends who had been at the barbecue. They demanded my tax returns. They demanded a list of every business conversation I had ever had with Rachel, with dates and locations going back to 2018. I spent evenings and weekends going through my own life like a forensic accountant. I printed out 3 years of texts. I found old emails where Rachel and I had talked about her business, and I had to prove, line by line, that nothing in them constituted an agreement. I paid David $32,000 over those 8 months. My savings drained. Eleanor and I stopped trying for a baby. We couldn't afford it, and honestly, I couldn't think about anything else. The worst part wasn't the money. The worst part was that I kept trying to understand why. I went back through every interaction I could remember. I read old texts from her. I looked at photos. I kept waiting to find the moment where it had gone wrong, the thing I had said or done, the slight I had missed. I talked to mutual friends. I asked her sister. Nobody knew anything, or nobody would tell me. It was Eleanor who finally figured it out. She was going through a box of old mail one night. We were looking for a receipt for something, and she found a letter Rachel had sent us in 2020, right after the miscarriage. A beautiful handwritten letter. Eleanor read it out loud, and then she stopped halfway through and said, "Wait." She read one sentence again. Then she went to her laptop. Rachel had filed for bankruptcy in March of 2023. Eleanor found the court records online. Her event planning company had collapsed. She had taken out loans she couldn't repay. She had maxed out credit cards. She owed almost $500,000 to creditors. The lawsuit against me had been filed 4 weeks after her bankruptcy. It had never been about me. She needed $400,000, and I was the person she thought she could squeeze it out of. The 19 years of friendship wasn't a reason not to sue me. It was the reason she thought I'd settle. When I understood that, something in me went quiet. It wasn't peace exactly. It was more like the sound a house makes after the power goes out. Just stillness. I stopped trying to understand her. I stopped waiting for an apology. I stopped hoping she would call. David used the bankruptcy filing to file a motion to dismiss. He argued that the lawsuit was retaliatory and financially motivated, filed in bad faith, and that Rachel had no evidence of any contract because no contract had ever existed. The judge didn't dismiss it outright, but she did something almost as good. She ordered Rachel to produce all documentary evidence of the alleged agreement within 30 days, or the case would be dismissed with prejudice. Rachel couldn't produce it because it didn't exist. Her lawyer withdrew. 2 weeks later, the case was dismissed with prejudice on a Thursday morning in October. David called me from his car. I was at work. I walked out to the parking lot and sat in my car for 20 minutes. I didn't cry. I didn't feel relieved. I just sat there. David recovered a portion of my legal fees through a sanctions motion, but not all of it. I was out about $22,000 when everything was said and done. Rachel eventually filed bankruptcy again, successfully this time, and discharged almost all her debt. I heard through a mutual friend that she moved to another state. She never apologized. She never reached out. 19 years of friendship ended with a manila envelope and a coffee mug that said, "World's okayest brother." Elena and I had our daughter the following spring. Her name is June. She's 14 months old now, and she laughs at everything. I don't think about Rachel much anymore, but every now and then, I'll find something, an old photo, a birthday card, a song, and I'll feel that stillness come back. Not grief, not anger, just the quiet of a thing that used to be alive and isn't anymore. If someone is willing to destroy you to save themselves, they were never your friend. They were just waiting for a reason. If this story hit you, subscribe. Every case on this channel starts with trust and ends with the truth.